Hey Collective, welcome. I'm B. Thanks for stopping in to EmpyrealVera. Today we are going to find out what is most important for you to know at this time. Okay, any info, personal readings to channel your personal energy to get the best message for you. Contacting me, you want to say hey, have a question, anything. Okay, description box below. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into it. This is a big one, guys. This is big, huge. This collective message it's like the beacon of light you've been looking for. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of channeling. It's quick, okay? So a lot. Most of the stuff that I tell you, it's going to be all direct channeled messages that I'm getting, because it is like when I tapped in, I was going to do Pisces, but I heard collective. And I said, okay, so the moment that I started to meditate, I heard darkness befalls him. So there is such a push right now for standing in your truth, for divine truth, for honoring your light, honoring your soul purpose, honoring what drives you, and honoring like your personal truth. And I heard this in a reading a week or so ago, consequences be damned, right? And this is like, I'm following my dreams, something I feel called to do, something that like my soul is driving me to do. Okay, it's something that makes us feel alive, regardless of what other people think, what they say. It's knowing who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you want, and standing in it, 10 toes down, and not listening to anyone else. No one can get you off of this path. And it's the people on the other side. It's like those that have let you fall to the wayside, those that doubted you, they didn't believe in you. They could have mocked you, laughed at you, okay, abandoned you, anything. I heard those that were wronged, hurt, battered, bruised, betrayed, whether spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, or all of the above. Do not despair. Justice is coming. Divine justice on earth. And I got so much happens. And it's like we hear things like, oh, this is happening in the 5D, or this is on the spiritual realm, or spiritually they're doing this, or spiritually they're doing that, right? And it's like a lot of people are like, okay, that's great, but I'm looking for guidance on what to do here on the earthly realm. And so this is something that's happening in the 3D. This is something that's happening on earth, in front of your eyes, in the physical realm, okay? The people that have done these wrongs to you, right? Those of us that are called to do something, we can feel it in our souls. And it's like every time you feel like you want to stop or you're not sure, it's still nagging at you. It's still calling you toward it. It's like that dream, that want, that desire. It's not for a person. It's for you to do something. It's like you can't ignore it. And it could be getting louder. You could feel that it's like, almost in a sense, it feels like for some, you really have this dream to do this or to do that, whatever it may be for you, okay? In such a drive, and you feel like because of things that are going on in your life, things that have happened, there's just no possible way that you can make it happen. But there is. And this is a call to, even if you must take baby steps, that's okay. Take the step. Breathe it into reality. Don't dream it. Okay? Planning, starting something, some type of initiative. Take that initiative to do it. To bring it to the physical realm. Stop just dreaming about it. All you have to do is take that first step. And stay at it. Stay committed. Stay dedicated. Things will fall into place. We don't have to have all the answers right now. And I know it's really hard because we want to. We want to know that something is certain. We want to know that if I take this leap, I'm going to be good. But nothing in life is certain. But the thing that's kind of calling to you and making it so that you feel like, like this is great and all, but I'm not fulfilled. I really want to do this thing, whatever it is, right? That is certain. That's a dream. And if you don't at least try, you will regret it. We can regret, choices that we've made, people we've loved that have wronged us, maybe not going to college or going to college for the wrong thing, whatever, right? But your dream, the thing that is always in the back of your mind, that, not taking action on that could end up being the thing you regret the most, the thing that haunts you more and more as you get older. So even if it's a small step, take it. You must, okay? But this darkness befalls him. This is those, right? The ones that laughed at us and wronged us. For some of us, we were supposed to have someone on this journey with us, okay? They faltered, missed a step, something. It's like they fell off track. They fell off the wagon, so to speak. For others, we got off course and let people do these things to us to keep us away from our dreams. They held us back. You see what I'm saying? They kept us stagnant in a sense. So this darkness befalls him is those people are letting the darkness overcome them. They're turning their back on the light. Like they are willfully and actively evading justice and ignoring truths. And the message I got is their time comes soon, very soon. Because someone upset the natural order of things. Some spiritual warriors, truth tellers, that are already supposed to be well on their journey, that have been held back, delayed, okay? Misguided by others. So these darker beings were making truths be delayed. We're making spiritual warriors be delayed from speaking their message, bringing their message. And this is giving like spiritual warfare being seen on earth. This is giving me, obviously, we're not going to see angels fighting in the streets, okay, y'all? This is not supernatural. How I wish it was sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But this is giving like, lots of sevens. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is giving natural occurrences, weird phenomenon occurring that are hitting these darker beings. Because the time is now, y'all, if you haven't looked into the Neptune in Aries, what it means, check it out. It's big. It's huge. It's huge, okay? And then we've got the Aries point happening on February 20th. Look, I am not a master in astrology, but I read things and I learn pretty quick. But Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, the 0 degree point on February 20th. It's called the master reset, the grand reset, the cosmic reset. It is huge, y'all. Huge. And that's what I'm getting is that when Spirit says something's happening soon, it's happening soon. Like not in years. Like in weeks to, a couple to a few months. Like it's because something has to be underway. There are assignments that need to be done. And we may not know what those are, right? We signed up for those, hell, before we even came here. It's not like we came with a freaking guide that tells us what we're supposed to be doing. We're being led by our intuition. So that thing that keeps nagging you in the back of your mind, that's part of that contract that you signed up for, something you're supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. That's what I got. So we're going to go into it and we're going to look at kind of like where you're at and where you're going. And we're going to take a peek also at the other side of things. This darkness befalls him. Because those people are in some way, shape, or form affecting your current circumstances. Okay? So we're going to look at that, your current circumstances, and figure out kind of, as best as we can, what the plan is or kind of what's unfolding Okay? But first we're gonna look at you, because we have gifts to share of all kinds. All kinds. Right? We're born with some type of innate ability that we just kind of seem to be really good at. You know, you pick it up easy. It comes naturally to you. There's a reason for that. And we are meant to share that collectively. For some reason or other. We don't always have to understand why, right? But we have a purpose. So, let's look at some numbers for y'all. Y'all, this just came off. I heard take it. Y'all see what that says? Sense and purpose, independence, leadership, possibilities, movement, guidance, support, wisdom, power, personal growth, action, and confidence, the beginning of something new. To have victory, give persistent effort, focus, determination, and faith in your abilities. We can achieve our goals by being confident in ourselves and our abilities. So keep your eyes on the prize. This could not be more pertinent to what we're talking about. That is amazing. Thank you, Spirit. That was like right on time. That was so perfect. Wow. I mean, y'all, I don't even think I need to get any more, because there is, all I did was move it and it was like cards flew out from different spots. Wow, guys. We got 1144, 1244, 234, and 1133. High vibes, you're a pro, master visionary, good omens. Guys, I'm telling you, if you don't listen to readings or you think that this isn't for you, I'm telling you that if you are guided to watch this video, it is for you. Because that is the intention that I put behind my videos, especially when I post them. So high vibes, 1144, divine intervention, prosperity, purpose, okay, fated events, higher calling, faith. It's something just around the corner, you know, and it's going to open you up. You know, it's going to be like nothing you ever experienced. Maybe happiness, fulfillment, love, you know, togetherness. But it's fated. There's a divine plan that is in place. You're a pro, success, benefits, gifts, efforts, leveling up, a dream comes true. I'm telling you, hard work, this work that you put in the past, or maybe you're starting to do, it's going to bring long-term benefits and enormous rewards. So own up to the idea of success and praise yourself, because you deserve it. I told you, some of you are meant to lead. Some of you are meant to share some creative gift. Some of you are meant to just share your voice and speak your truth. There's no gift too small. Okay? I have seen people, for instance, my mom, that woman can make a craft out of anything. And I mean anything. The way her brain works is phenomenal. She can you put a bunch of stuff on a table and she sees it. She's like, well, yeah, I can do this. And I mean, I need instructions. Okay. And she doesn't think it's that big of a deal. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Her brain is just the way she can seemingly make these scraps and nothing into something that's blows my mind. I'm always like, holy shit. It's phenomenal. You know, she's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. She can crochet. I don't think there's a crocheting, I don't even know what it's called, stitch, that she doesn't know. And she hasn't done it for years. But when she picks up a crocheting hook, it just like that comes back. I mean, she's whipping out like flowers and shit. It's just phenomenal to me. And she doesn't think that it's that big of a deal. And I'm just like, holy crap. I'm like, Mom, why didn't you can, and she finds joy in it. She loves crafting and things like that. I'm always like, if you're she's retired now. So it's like, you can do these things and make extra income, or even teach classes, or, anything. And she's like, oh, nobody wants to see that, or nobody cares about that. And I'm like, trust me, they do. And I think that's, if I said it in this reading, it's for a reason. So Even if you think nobody's going to want to see it, nobody's going to hear it, listen it, buy it, whatever. If you feel called to do it, do it. Period. Everything else is going to fall into place, okay? Master Visionary, 234. Intuitive, wise, charismatic, spiritual, unique, powerful, mystical. A visionary, solutions. You are on the correct path and should persevere until fruits of labor manifest. Your guardian angels have witnessed your determination during challenging periods and assure you that improvements are on the horizon. Guys, thank you, Spirit. These freaking messages, guys, are going right along, like just confirmation of the messages I was getting for y'all. Good omens, optimism, favorable events, positivity. This is, lift your spirits. There's hope for a better future. Your career, whatever you're pouring into is going to take off. And you're going to make real connection with people. And it's going to change your life. Like I said, you're going to be happier than you ever imagined, love deeper, etc., etc., okay? So you can trust your intuition, and you should be trusting your intuition at this time. And now, this Inner Temple deck, I already shuffled these. We're going to get in and figure out what you need to know. The collective spirit message for the collective. Thank you. Well, we got freedom. Yep. Freedom. Man, this is giving like the real you. Let me just find these real quick, guys. Freedom. Expansive expression. Inspiration. Embracing who you truly are. Room to breathe. Dancing with life. Soaring. Taking responsibility for your needs. Contentment and courageous living. It's a good sign that you're currently living or creating, and it's aligned with your soul. Your creativity is being expressed, or that you have many joyful, playful, and expansive moments ahead of you. Your soul is ready to soar. Unbridled joy or success is awaiting you, or it's already here, or it's about to arrive. Because your soul longs for freedom. You want to have room to express and grow, and it's sharing things with others. It not only liberates you, but it liberates others. That's why I said, if you're feeling a call to something, you're meant to answer that. You're not meant to be stifled or held back, but there are people that have been stifling you, doing things to like burden you, to make it extremely difficult to answer your calling. And that's where the divine is stepping in. The masks we wear, authenticity is the highest vibration there is. See, when we stand in our authentic selves, it encourages others, whether we realize it or not. It encourages others to do the same. Because that authentic vibration, standing in our truth and our power, it drives other people to do the same. Because when we're like that, we have this inclusive energy about us, where we are accepting of others as they are. It encourages them to break their molds, break their chains, and stand in their truth, to show up as who they truly are. It's like good breeds good, love breeds love. You know what I mean? Nothing bad comes from that. It's the purest form of energy. It's like, that's the shit I'm talking about, y'all, you know? Many of us have been taught to wear masks, but when we do, or when we feel like we have to, right? For one reason or another, it takes a toll on us. It takes a toll. We abandon our true selves. It takes a toll on our body, on our soul. It weighs us down. And you end up feeling lost. But when you don't worry about fitting in or care what people think, being who you truly are is extremely freeing, guys. Extremely. I've been shouting that from the rooftops for as long as I can remember. Be loving, be giving. Try to put yourself in another's shoes. Show up, giving the day a good you. That's it. Just give the day a good you, because the day can be an arsehole, right? You can't control what happens in the day, but you can control you. So no matter what, you show up as your best self. And that is harder than it sounds. But it's like, just don't be a garbage human and give the day a good chew. And I've never understood people who want to keep things light or superficial or skirt emotions or not talk about the dark stuff. Because we are light and shadow, right? We are light and dark. We have shadow selves. We all have it within us. And it's like the more you try to suppress it and act like it doesn't exist, the more it takes you over. So just talk about it. Talk about the things that bother you. Talk about your deep, dark secrets. Talk about the things that you're ashamed of. All of it. Because once you do that and you bring it to the surface and you embrace it, it can't control you anymore. Somehow it seems like it's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, when you talk about that with people, you realize that other people have those things too. And then you feel less alone. Like it's this superficial way of being where we always have to put on a front and act like things are great. And we can't get deep and it's like shameful to talk about those taboo topics like, no, that's done. Get over it. Like, it's not helping anyone. It's not helping anybody. It's fake. Soul retrieval. I'm telling y'all, freedom to be who you authentically are. That ignites all of you. Your soul wants to be heard, seen, shown, felt. It wants you to be you, to express who you are, to share your gifts. It is so important. And it's, this is remember who you are, all parts of you, right? And it has a lot to do with Chronos, right, which is time, which that reset on February 20th deals with Saturn. Saturn is the planet of karma, and it's ruled by Chronos, time. It's the reset. It's embracing all of who you are at your core and hiding nothing. Hiding nothing. Because there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Absolutely nothing. So we must embrace that. It is part of who we are. And we should not ignore that anymore. I already shuffled these as well, actually. Message for the collective spirit. Fairy, the number 10. That's a guide. The box. One of our tools. Y'all, there's something magical and fun within us. The well, place deep within us. See, we're bringing that to the surface. Ooh, baby boo. Which, it's a guide, another guide. We're going to look into this. The fairy, they represent the other world. Fairies tend to, all they want to do is have fun, right? They can be a little ornery. Ornery. They might seem sweet and innocent, but I promise you, they can be very destructive, and ornery. They can lead you off your path, put illusions in front of you. They can make things seem one way when it's really another. You tend to, sometimes we pack away our dreams, what we really want, for other people. If somebody leads us down a path, sometimes we don't realize it at the time, but they're trying to lead us down their path. They're trying to stifle us in a way. We end up helping them follow their dreams instead of us following our own. And it becomes a vicious cycle until one day you're so broken down that you give up. That's how the darkness wins. But your dreams aren't gone. Your abilities aren't gone. Your wishes aren't gone. Your talents, they're not gone. They're yours. And you can't let anyone else tell you who you are, what you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, tell you you're not good enough, or that you don't have something, etc. This is giving magic schmagic. That's not real. Anything considered taboo or that creates fear in others because they don't understand it, right? We lock that away like it's something bad, but it's not. I grew up like that, loving the moon and the stars and all things mystical, etc., but we've got to show up a certain way and do a certain thing. And I've always really pushed back against societal norms. I've always pushed back against titles, especially like stereotypical sexist titles. I've always pushed back against that. Growing up in high school, they wanted the girls to take home ec. They did a mock wedding to show the roles in relationships of a man and a woman. I refused to participate because I didn't agree with it. I also refused to take home ec because I didn't agree with it. The boys got to help out in the athletic department. They got to help out in the office. They got to do business or administrative things. But the girls, well, we had to be Susie Homemaker. And I said, no, you lost your damn mind. And they fought it. And I went to the principal and I explained to him my beliefs and why I was so against it. And he said, you're right. You're absolutely right. So what do you want to do? Well, I wanted to work in the athletic department. He said, okay. And they ended up changing the policy so that home ec elective included the athletic department and administrative things to help out in the office, etc. So we got to choose instead of being forced. They also started making mock weddings to be inclusive, where it wasn't just heterosexual couples. It was also same-sex couples. Or it was heterosexual couples, but their roles were not defined. It was working as a team. And it wasn't a big deal. It was literally just me speaking the truths and pointing out things to the principal. And he listened. That's all it took. It was amazing. But I'll be damned if somebody tells me that I need to do a certain thing, because I'm a woman. Okay, and? What does that mean? The only thing I have to do as a woman is give birth to children. And I don't even have to do that. That's my choice. But that's the only thing that I can do that a man cannot. Other than that, it's pretty wide open. So, fuck. Who is it for somebody to say what we can and cannot do? These are things we need to stand up against, right? And it's like, I couldn't be witchy woo-woo growing up. That was, that's demonic. That's this, that's that. No, the fuck it's not. When I had dreams and visions, it was, me, something was wrong with my brain. No, it wasn't. I was legitimately having visions. They were real. And I later found out, those things happened. I've been this way since a child, and it was stifled because it was wrong. And then once I decided to let me be me, when I got older, and my mom said again that something was wrong and that magic and spells and this and that, and I said, Mom, do you realize rituals are just a recipe? Doing something in a specific way to receive a specific type of outcome. And I said, Mom, every time you bake a cake, it's a ritual. You're doing magic. I said, the things that you speak, that you want to happen, that's magic, Mom. That's spell work. Once I put more of an open meaning to kind of show her it's not what she thinks, how general it really is, she just kind of looked at me like, well, I'll be but when you don't question things, if you don't question things, then there can be no change. We should always question things. Never, ever stop questioning things. That curiosity and the inquisitiveness of it is life. It's how we grow. You should never just go with the status quo. Just be okay with the norm. So y'all have tools locked away in you. And that's the thing, is like, you don't know what's going to happen when you use your abilities. You don't even know what's always deep within us, our deepest desires of what we want. Hell, our life could end up taking a turn that we didn't even foresee. Like, wow, I didn't see my life going this way. You can end up with a person that you didn't even, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't your type. But it's like, once you let your soul completely awaken, it opens up your individual sight. And the possibilities are endless, because we stifle so much of ourselves that we end up living in a way that we think we're supposed to. But the way we are supposed to live is when we are aligned with our highest, truest self. That's how we're supposed to live. And it's different for everyone. We're not meant to be the same or continuously do the same as everyone else, or as our parents did, etc. Sometimes that's a very hard lesson for parents to learn, And that's where, when you dive deep into you, that's where your truest self is. But it takes a lot of courage to let that out, to be whatever you want to be, whether that's a tarot reader, spiritual, maybe you've, something radical. Maybe you've grown up Catholic all your life and you've always gone to a Catholic church, and now all of a sudden you're like, F that. I want to explore things. I don't want to be confined to just this belief, just this group, right? I mean, I have my own beliefs on religion. I think churches and religions are meant to segregate us. I think they're meant to point out differences in other people and be judgy, and because if it wasn't meant that way, then why are they even there? If we all believe that there is a greater something at work, in control, then why can't it just be that? And why can't we just embrace the differences among us instead of pointing fingers and acting like, our way's better? We shouldn't be separated and pinned against each other. But that's the way the world likes it to go for some reason. It's ridiculous. I just want to love y'all. And the witch. The witch is recognizing the difference between what is real and what they want you to believe. So in this instance, it's what's down deep in you. Like I said, whether you want a spiritual path, a creative path, are you made to believe that you have to stay in the matrix and work some corporate job and look a certain way and have a family with the white picket fence, or live in some cottage in the woods covered by moss? Like, you know what I mean? Whatever it is for you, obviously, that's just metaphorical. But it's like, what do you want? Are you willing to be your true self regardless of what people say about you and they think? Or the stereotypes that they may place on you? Are you willing to do that? That test of courage, your inner fight, your inner strength. Are you willing to step into it and be your true, authentic self, regardless of what they say? You'd be surprised what people say about me because I read tarot and have psychic gifts. Do I care? I'm here, aren't I? I mean, if they talking about you, then you're relevant in some way, aren't you? It's like they can't deny that. That's for sure. So you're calling back your true self, or the collective. It's their current energy. Current energy. Trust. You can't see everything. See, you can't see everything right now. You're unsure. Have faith in that. Have faith in the unseen, because everything is unfolding in divine timing. I know, I just heard a groan. Everybody's so tired of hearing that word. I get it. But all you can do is to have faith and trust in yourself. Trust in your gifts, your abilities, your dreams, what you want, and walk that path. Walk that path unapologetically. I cannot stress that enough, y'all. Let go of the need to control and surrender to the process and trust that the universe has your back, because they do. And I feel like some of you are doing that. Either walking your path, or you're starting to walk your path, or like you're deciding that that's what you're going to do, right? What do you need to do more? Boldness. What do you need to do more of? Boldness. Great achievements come from daring to take action. Step into your power fearlessly. Make a bold move today. Take the leap you've been hesitating on. Like I said, be yourself. Step into you, the authentic you, who you truly are. Walk around as you, not what everybody else wants you to be. Ignore that person. Block that person. Make that clap back. Be kind to the person that nobody else likes. You know, whatever it is, that is you. Do the thing that everybody else says is stupid and you absolutely love it. Be you, unapologetically. I cannot tell you how many people I've encountered in my life that are beautiful souls, but they're hiding. And they rarely let their true self come out. But when I get a glimpse of them authentically, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like, it makes my soul happy to see that, because I'm so happy for them. And I encourage them to do it more, to stop hiding. And you know, so often I hear, but then so-and-so, I don't care. My mom, I don't care. There's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to make me say, oh yeah, you're right, you should probably not do. No, because our true self is not driving us to do something nefarious. It's not driving us to do something that's bad for us. So any excuse to not show that, I'm going to have a rebuttal every single time. Because there's no reason that we should not show our true selves. All of us. The good, the bad, the ugly, the goofiness. I mean, heck, I sing. I probably shouldn't, because I don't have the best singing voice. But do I care? We are going to look at something you need to stop doing, something that you need to start doing, and something that you may be doing that you need to do more of, or continue doing that. And then we're going to do a part 2, and that's where we're going to look at the darkness, whomever that may be, the person or persons in your life that's trying to hold you back. Then we're going to look at that situation, okay? So let's look at, does the collective need to stop? The 7 of Pentacles. Stop looking at, but I've put so much time into it. And you know, but I went to school for this. But I've been working this job for so long. But I've been married to them for this long. Stop looking at how much time you've invested in something if you are not truly happy and where you want to be or doing what you want to do. Stop looking at how much time has gone by or how much you've invested in that really wasn't for you, and thinking that just because you invested so much that you should stay there. That doesn't. Do you want to stay buried in the darkness? Your life is not over. You have so much more ahead of you. Hell, I know people who fell into their purpose in their 60s and 70s. And the rest of their days, they said, were the best they'd ever lived. Glorious. They'd seen so much happiness in those days. They were so grateful. It's never too late to start. I know it sounds so cliche, right? Age is just a number. You're never too old to follow your dreams. Do you know how many things we invest in our lives, or people invest in their lives, that they end up not following, or it ends up being, it's not fruitful. We invest in many things. We never just invest in one thing and stick with it. And the best thing about this is we're allowed to change our minds. We are allowed to choose ourselves, our souls, our dreams. We are allowed to say, no, I am not going to live for everybody else anymore. I'm answering my calling. I'm listening to my soul. And stop worrying about how much you've invested and what's going to happen in the long term. Just be present now. Right now. Listen to your soul right now. That's all you have to do, is be present now. Tomorrow, the next day, none of those are going to matter. If you're not paying attention to your life right now, to what your soul is screaming to you right now. What do they need to start? The Empress. This is giving me embracing yourself fully and wholly. Realizing that you are the creator, that you are a creator of life. You are abundance. You are the opportunity. You are the love. And you have power over your own life. Embrace that growth. Be in the energy to receive. Not to give to everybody else. Be in the energy of, holy smokes, I am life. I am abundant. I'm abundant in love. I'm abundant in spirit. I'm abundant in, this creative spark. I'm abundant in growth, nurturing energy. But it starts with you, within you. And the divine wants to give that to you. You don't have to be submissive and succumb to what everybody else wants, nor should you. And you don't have to stifle who you are. You are the creator of life. Embrace that, live that. You have the ability to bring life to everything you touch. Step into that. Step into your own power. We all have it. But so many of us stifle that or limit ourselves because we think we need to. It starts with you, within you. And what should the collective continue? Death. What should you continue to do? Cutting off anything that is not for your highest, best good. Let it fall away. Yes, it can hurt. Yes, it absolutely can. But let it fall away. It's just dead weight. Let it fall away. What needs to be transformed, transform it. Let that transformation take place. And whatever needs to end, let it end. Keep going with that. And let it go. Continue this soul transformation. And step into the best version of you. Unapologetically. I cannot say that enough. Fook the naysayers. For those that know me personally, know that there are people in my life who have made it very difficult for me to follow my calling. Trying everything they can to get me to stop. And it continues. And I won't do it. Like the calling is too strong. And I'm never going to stop encouraging others and pushing others to do the same, whatever their calling will be. Y'all, will be your biggest cheerleader. Whatever you are called to do. Hell, I don't know if you're called to make damn crossword puzzles. If like you have the gift of being able to do it. Like, it doesn't matter. Nothing is too silly or too small. Whatever you enjoy doing, do it. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. Hell yeah, I will be. You want me to shout something out on my videos? I will. I mean, seriously. We need to support each other, encourage each other. And I'll always be that for you. Because I feel like there's not enough of that. There's not enough of supporting one another's dreams, supporting one another's individuality. There's too much competition. There's room enough for all of us. Because we are all unique. We all bring a little something different, right? We're not the same. Oh, that's big, guys. That's big. And it's all in this energy for you. All right, the second part of this video, it's going to be a part 2, and it's going to be a lot of tea. So if you want the hot piping tea, then we'll do the nitty gritty on these other people. And if you're not interested in that, well, then you got everything you needed to hear right now. Do your thing. Follow your dreams. I love y'all so much. I believe in you. And be a good human. Give the day a good chew. And maybe I'll see you in the next video for part 2. Love y'all so much. Thank you.